Okay, yeah, we should
Everything's on
talk
the
about the
record.
points.
So should we
Yeah,
backtrack to what we were just talking
yeah, let's
about?
backtrack.
Yeah,
Let's
you guys
backtrack.
made some pretty good points.
I don't remember
Like
my
how it kept.
points.
We were talking about how they kept trying to talk about getting the game back, the server back, and all that. Like how we were going to try and steal it, which is kind of silly because if when we were, what's it called? I know they're going to bring this up, which is the fact that me and Epic had started moving people to our server on our game to try and get that made. But that was purely out of care for the team, since I really didn't want to see the team get in trouble or continue working for Ethereal, since Ethereal is a terrible owner and terrible director. And I don't want to see all that talent go to waste, especially on a game that is only getting popular for the sake of using the name Bendy, which you can
Alright.
prove by simply looking at Ethereal's channels. You can prove that's only popular because of the name Bendy. But yeah, I didn't want to see that work go to waste, so that's why we started directing people. But then they claim we wanted the game, despite the fact we're starting a new project that had nothing to do with the Bendy one. And we clearly, openly stated we do not want the original game because we were talking about the legal issues we would have. So why would we want the game?
Yes, yes. You also can't have any phrases like bendy and the blank or
Yeah,
stuff like that.
and they chose to keep that
Yeah.
Yeah.
because for
And
the longest time, I don't know if they changed it yet, but it's Bendy in the Dark Puddles. They said that's what they would
I thought it
call
was
it.
just the dark puddle. Bending the dark puddle sound
They
retarded.
would
It should
they
just
would
be
call
dark
it the Dark
puddle.
Puddles, but it would be called Bendy the Dark Puddles or Bendy in the Dark Puddles. They usually would tack on Bendy on the full name, like in logos, but then sometimes they'd remove it. It was really inconsistent, and it was like they were making up their mind.
I want to mention something like while I'm recording, the recent thing where Ghost was saying I deleted their comments or something. Nope, that really did not happen. I don't know how you could check the comments at the moment, but I'm gonna look for that. But
Oh yeah,
Ghost
they
never
might have
even
deleted their own
commented on the
comments.
video.
If you get YouTube Studio, you could check all the comments all in one. I use YouTube Studio personally
Yeah, I
for
know I
checking
can
all the
look
comments on
at
my
the
videos
comments, but I
properly.
can't check deleted comments or anything. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I don't know how
I
to
mean,
do
I,
that.
I'm gonna actually just leave this in here that if someone knows how to check deleted comments, to tell me how to do that so that I can prove that I didn't
Yeah,
delete no comments. Because I've been sleeping.
unless
Like, Ghost
unless
messaged,
comments
like,
show up
during the
there.
time I was asleep. I'm just waking up, so.
Yeah,
Well, that's
were
unless
you
comments
asleep
that
during
people
the
have deleted
Discord
off
announcement
themselves show
Ghost
up.
made? Because you weren't really responding for a good bit. Were you
Um,
asleep during then too?
well, I mean, I've been asleep since I last, like, because, Mocha, I told you I was gonna go to bed, and then I went to bed, right? So if Ghost
Okay.
commented, like, between that time where I was in bed and the time that I
Actually,
woke up, like, that I messaged you guys again, like, about me deleting a comment, then that's just completely lies because I couldn't have been on to delete that comment.
should I directly state what time you went to bed so that
Sure.
they know? Alright.
Like, include your own time zone just to be safe, because
Yes,
that's.
I'm gonna say the time zone.
I would like
Uh,
to see
it
one thing
was
that
around 4:30 a.m. EST, the time that Minium stopped talking. He went to
I
bed.
would like to mention one thing, and that's that I don't know if there is a way to check deleted comments. It might show comments that have been deleted by the person who sent them. So what Ghost might have done is actually comment and then promptly delete it afterwards
Oh yeah,
to
he
try
could have
and make
deleted the whole
themselves.
time just to put dirt on you.
Yeah, they could have just deleted it themselves. And
And,
I don't
like,
think if YouTube had a feature, they would show whether or not you deleted it or the person deleted it. Because other platforms that have similar features where you can check deleted like replies and stuff, they don't actually specify who deleted the reply slash comment. It's just marked as deleted.
yeah,
And
and
with
also
Ghost,
that part where Ethereal said I was slandering them, everything I showed on the video was a direct message like between the people of the server and the things they have
And
said.
it
I
was
haven't
also
I haven't
directed at
said
Ghost.
anything that wasn't true. Like if I was slandering, that would be saying something without evidence. But I directly showed Ghost like banning me without any real reason, and well now it's a little confusing because I've said Ghost and Seth banned me, but now they're saying, or well, Ghost said at least that they got permission from Ethereal to do so after Ethereal had said that they didn't have permission to do so. And Ethereal saying we were slandering them somehow by showing screenshots of them doing stuff.
oh yeah, when I left the server and got quote unquote fired, despite me obviously saying I'm done and I'm leaving and I left the server. Um,
Yeah.
they started. Okay, some of the things they said were I don't know how to describe it. They I don't have the actual message on me, but I do know for a fact they just straight up start insulting me in the announcements. I don't know if that was you or whoever it was. I think it was Seth.
Yeah,
Start calling
they've
me
done
stuff
that to
like
other
a
people
freak.
too.
Like they
They've
straight up
directly done
call
that to Seth with one of his maps because it wasn't as good
Yeah,
as
I
the other
have that
ones.
screenshot on me, so I
Even
can
though the
show
other
that.
ones
Okay,
aren't very good
what I will
either, to be
say is
fair.
some of Seth's maps looks pretty good, but they're not that good for gameplay.
Yeah,
But
going out the
Slander
like
and
the
them over
layouts,
it.
they're not that good, and they were also built before the character models, which is just stupid because you need the character
Also,
models done
I do want to
first.
bring something up if you guys have the screenshot, because I don't right now.
I feel
But
like you just
at
I don't
one
have any
point in time,
screenshots.
Ghost did like say that they were putting in working on the map when they had only like put down a prop, and even Seth has like said that Ghost hasn't done anything for the maps. This was back
Yeah,
when
if
the
I
old
recorded
controversy
calls,
happened.
I would have been there.
Yeah,
If I have ever
Ethereal
recorded
seems
calls, I would have had
to
that.
lie and say there's a whole lot more progress than what there actually is.
Well, yeah, it's because he relies on it. Like, if you look at his channel right now, and also his gaming channel, he relies on this Bendy game. He wants to be popular. He wants eyes on him. He wants the fame, but he doesn't want the effort or work. So he lies, says there's more progress than there is, shows the same thing over and over, shows up the same small, minute piece of update on the single drawing over and over, because it lets him keep using the Bendy name to keep growing. Like when his gaming channel, right? His gaming channel's been out for a while now, has almost daily uploads, and it's only got 151 subscribers.
Yeah, and also, hold on, no wait, I forgot what I was
By
gonna
the
say.
way,
Damn it.
uh,
Shoot, I was
just
about to say
before
something.
you come out,
Um, let me think.
imagine, like, I got two things to
Sure would have
point
been
out. One
profound.
small joke and then an actual thing. So like, hold on. Imagine there's like a plot to it, and all the coding Ethereal does is all AI.
Oh, it is. I'm pretty
I
sure.
wouldn't put it
Like, there is
past
a
them.
Roblox built-in AI that does work well.
I think it is
Also,
coded using AI, since he only used toolbox assets for everything that was made before
oh
I
yeah, he
joined the
straight up
team.
lied to me. I forgot the name. It was like block something, whatever. Um, it's this model at website with a bunch of models, and I used it. I got shown it when I was taking certain types of school classes. Ethereal told me he got all of his model, the Bendy asset, from there. That asset is on Studio by this creator who also made Dark Revival asset
I
pack.
don't think he got them
Hmm.
off that website.
Yeah, he got off Toolbox. I found the same pack by the same person. I know who he got it
Same.
from. I
I was
have the
searching
pack in my
Bendy. What's it
experience
called?
now.
I was searching Bendy just to see what is there, and I remember that Seth or someone was also searching Bendy, and I was on the call watching the screenshot. They searched Bendy, found the original asset pack, and then found an expanded one where they took parts from the expanded one, which had
Right.
assets from the newer games and unused assets from the old ones and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
Oh
have
yeah.
some really good ones from the same character.
So
One from Dark Revival, one from the Lone Wolf, one from Benny. But either way, yes, they're
before I forget
safe, but
again,
he did
uh,
lie.
before I forget again, anybody that like comments fake and all that, and you're being told to comment fake by ghosting them, don't just comment fake to comment fake, because you're obviously not like reading the messages that are shown on the screen and listening to the people
Oh
talking.
yeah, and the
Like,
fact that
I
that
want to
you are going
say,
into algorithm. The algorithm reads it as engagement.
They also ask for proof despite us giving screenshots. Like, instead of just saying give more proof, say what type
and
of
like,
proof you
hold
need.
on. So one more thing is that like the people that are commenting fake and all that and just siding with Ethereal and Ghost, Ethereal and Ghost have no like proof that I
Oh
am
yeah,
lying about what I'm saying, because I'm showing direct screenshots and saying things how they are. And then
yeah.
Ghost is
They
like,
just been giving
Ghost
statements.
has been sending screenshots of like me rage baiting Ghost, because I'm allowed to do that. Like, I can
Yeah.
dislike Ghost and say what I want to say about Ghost, but obviously I'm not gonna lie, because that's just a douche thing to do. But all they've been doing is lying, and I could disprove every point they've made.
Yes, and they've never give real proof. They've just been giving statements. Statements that don't actually give proof. We've
And
been giving
then
screenshots while they've just been giving statements.
about the
And
Sammy
now I
model,
take
I want to
screenshots
cover
of
that.
almost every
Hold on.
convo I've been in, so I probably have even more incriminating stuff just locked away somewhere.
About the
I
Sammy
always
model
take
though,
screenshots.
I did work on that, like to make the rig and stuff for the model, and I improved the vertices on it. And this was in direct work with scrap metal, like because I did this back when I was the model director on the team, and so I have the entire permission to use that model still. And the whole reason why I was trying to get on Ghost's nerves, like showing that I had that model still, was because they've been trying to get the model for a long time, but since I'm not on the team anymore, I didn't want to give it up to them.
Also,
And I'm
I don't
perfectly
know why
allowed to
they
do
want the
that.
model.
shit.
So,
Remember when I left? You know why I left the first time? When I quote unquote got fired?
No, I don't.
The whole reason why was because I was pissed off at I couldn't remember at the time whether it was Force or Ghost. Force was the person I first had a small back and forth with, which was a confusion. It was something simple. It ended hours later. Guy comes back from school. Ghost comes back from school and starts arguing, telling me to calm down, even though the argument ended hours ago and was resolved. And then I started complaining, saying they brought back an argument hours ended hours
Oh, I
ago.
remember that.
Yes, and apparently by everyone, I think you too, Epic, were saying I was in the wrong, and I'm still confused by that. I got mad because he started rooting up an argument that's been resolved and ended hours before.
yeah. I think at the time I was also kind of like just listening to them like everybody else has been doing recently because I just figured that they were good people or something at the time, but clearly they've just been lying and harassing many people, so I don't want to take anything they say with more than a grain of salt. So,
How did that hit me?
But yeah, also I think some of it was because during that time, you've had a small back and forth.
yeah.
Um,
Also, I want to say everything they told like I was shown about you was just like being told about it, like I wasn't shown anything, I don't think, and so I just kind of made my assumption based off of that.
okay, when I was doing maps, I made some relatively good maps, especially for my current game. But this is my first time making a game with pre-made assets or making maps. Heck, I started
Yeah.
Studio last year in December, and I've made a lot of progress in just learning about it. And which, if you see my current maps for my games, you'll see there's a
Oh,
huge difference. And Seth, well, Ethereal gave Seth access to every map, and there's a dock and stuff that I found annoying. Why not just play everything in the server so it's easy to find? Either way, there's a dock to see who has what, and I swear to God, Seth had like 5 different things up there. While
Seth
there,
did have all the maps.
yes, yes. He was working on 5 maps at once, and me and
He was
Seth
being
had some
heavily
back and
overworked because
forth.
he wasn't actively trying to hire new map makers.
Yeah,
I was
and at the
already the
time
map
they didn't
maker.
really have many like model makers and all that, and so I was kind of just doing most of the work anyways until they started hiring other people.
But
Yeah.
And
they
speaking,
shoo their devs to go do something. Like a while after they said they're gonna stop making maps so they can get the assets properly. One of their developers, map makers, he was this little kid who's really new at it and honestly was horrible. But I was trying to coach him through since I still had access to the studio at the time, and um he told me they just told him like I guess they were getting annoyed at him asking what to do, and they just go make a map. They didn't tell him what and nothing. They just shoot him off and told him to go make some. I
Well,
can't
yeah, they
remember
didn't have
his
any
name,
actual
but
concepts or ideas in mind. They would just do whatever Seth was doing. So whatever Seth put out was whatever got added.
if I look through mine Seth DMs, I might be able to figure out who that guy was. I can't remember, but I do know he was working on thing with the hallway and the bendy statue. But he really need coaching. I begged Seth to give him some proper coaching since he's actually on the team. And I can't remember, wasn't Seth like a head builder or something?
Yeah, he was the head builder.
yeah.
Yes, he should have coached the newer builders, especially an experienced one. And
Yeah, and I was the head modeler, and Showstopper was the head animator, just for
The
context.
only animator, by the way, to keep it in mind,
Yeah,
I
the
was the
the
only
only
animator on the team.
animator besides me who was
And the only
actively
people,
trying to learn
are they
animating but
still
doing
using
the
poorly.
only people, what's going? Oh,
Are
I
they
gave
still
them the animations, but they never implemented them because the devs were able to. I got most of the coders away, and because they only use AI coding, they couldn't use the animations I made because I put them into a graph animation. I also recently took away access for that graph animation, but it was all in a graph so that it would be easier for the coder. They instead of needing to do all the code for the animations, they could just slide a slider to get the animation to move properly.
Damn, that'd be
So I was
really
making it easier for
useful,
them,
man.
but they never implemented it and said we don't have animations for the players yet. When I had actively made them, they said that weeks after I made the player animations. My
Yeah.
first day, I made the player animations entirely, pretty much, and then wasn't given any other work to do.
What I was gonna ask though is, has there ever been an experience where y'all gave them animations and then later, or not animation, gave them work and told them not use it, but they decided to use it either way?
They haven't done that
Yeah.
for me since
Maybe.
I was
That happened to
actively
me
trying to get
when
anything I
I
could
left
added.
the team. Like I didn't remove my Bendy model from the map, so I was like polite and I asked them to remove my stuff from the game, right? But like they just didn't, and even to this day, they've still got like the like cardboard cutout thingy that I made, like of myself just in the map, like in the lobby area behind the door.
They never removed my bunny rabbit. I had to remove it myself.
Yeah.
They haven't removed anything of mine because I haven't requested it, but I think they still have my renders up and they're still using them alongside, if any, well, not anymore, but if they were smart enough, they'd still be using my animations.
Hey,
Since, like, not anything mean against the team, right? Obviously, I love the team, but like, even the few who did know how to animate somewhat weren't up to the quality standard where they could be just a separate animator.
Yeah, if I was just like an
something
outright malicious person, I could have just like given out the game files by now. Like I'm pretty sure all of us could because I'm pretty sure we all have a
Yeah,
backup just somewhere on our
because we were
PCs.
all told to start backing
yes.
it up. I'm pretty sure we all started
Alright.
backing it up after the first instant where the game got deleted.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, that's not even needed because Roblox, like I've told Seth, because he told me the lobby kept randomly disappearing, someone kept disappearing, so he said he had everything saved to a separate experience. So I taught him how to use the actual Roblox Studio built-in thing to bring your stuff back. Also, what I was trying to mainly point out is Forrest. Um, Forrest, before he got banned for quitting for some reason, he said, "Don't use any my work, delete all my work." Later, Ethereal posts 2 devlogs still using his artwork, and they're probably even gonna still try to use his UI.
Yeah, I think they used some very recently.
Yeah,
One
Speaking
of the
of
very recent
artists
newest
and
videos they
devlogs,
stuff
used some
like
the
more.
two newest.
Forrest,
Literally hours after Forrest said don't use my work, he posted a devlog still using the work, and then a couple days later he posted what some people's comments said was the final devlog. He posted even more of his work,
I do want to
and
say, like regarding the artists and stuff, I'm pretty sure like they still have all of Forrest's work just in there. Like, didn't Forrest also
Oh
like
yeah,
make the image for the
did, yeah.
game? Something like
I
Yeah,
that?
he
don't
did.
Or like the
know, but I do
OSTs and
know
all
he
that?
made
Yeah,
the
he did.
UI. He made a good bit of concepts, and he said directly, "Don't do it." And I mean,
He made
Forrest could
all the
most
2D art for
likely,
the game, other than what Mystic's making now. But yeah,
due to some laws and this not being some huge gaming corporation, Forrest could actually sue Dark Puddles if he really wanted to. I mean, he has a good lawyer. He could.
he could.
We were thinking about it. Well, I say we're like I'm really included. I was just talking with him about it, but he could. I mean, if Forrest
Yeah.
Ethereal doesn't listen, he wouldn't remove the work. Heck, Epic had to remove his own work
Yeah.
because Ethereal just being so slow
And
with
they
it.
might have also just backed it up when I removed my own work so that they could keep it, because
Yeah, because a lot of them
they're
have
greedy.
backup files. There's likely a good chance that they just re-downloaded the model.
Yep. And by that time, a little bit before Epic got banned or whatever, or no, got before all that happened, um, Seth already knew how to roll back this whole Roblox studio. He already knew by that time, so they most likely did take it back. Um, who made that Sammy model? Was that one that you made, or was that one donated?
That
Scrap
was
made the
scrap
Sammy
model.
model, but I helped work on it, like to do the rigging and all that, and I changed up the model a bit after asking Scrap for permission to do so.
Okay,
This guy really wants
complete
the UNI LMS.
unrelated topic. Does your rigging use rigs or bones?
The same
Bones.
thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Something I do want to mention is that in Ethereal's comment, he was also saying that I was slandering the team. By what way was I slandering the team? Like, genuinely. If anybody has an idea to what that could be, just type it in the comments and I could probably, like, say otherwise. Because by slandering the team, like, how does that work? I was just showing images Ghost had like sent, right? And that's like it.
Oh fuck! I
And
don't have. Oh my god! I didn't have any
Ethereal
stamina.
also said I was slandering
Fucking
him.
I like this guy.
I said like nothing about Set or like Ethereal. I've said nothing about Ethereal except for the fact that like what I had seen and gotten messages of was that Ethereal wasn't involved in the decision of banning me. But now Ghost has been saying that Ethereal was involved, so I don't even know what to think anymore, besides the fact that they didn't really have a reason to ban me. It was just because they felt like it. So,
okay, sorry to pause you. I'll be
Insane.
right back. Y'all continue talking.
yeah, they keep changing up their information and it's confusing.
Yeah, because they're liars.
Kind of was the most stressed out, I think, because I was like constantly remaking the Bendy model for them because I kept getting complaints about different details of it, so I kept changing it up for everyone to enjoy it, as well as having to manage the entire Discord server, and I kept getting like lied about and
Yeah.
stuff by like Ghost and her friends because Ghost kept inviting her friends there, and then not to mention the smear document where I had to deal with that. Well, like helping everybody out that was being like messed with by Ghost
Yeah.
and everyone else that was a part of that.
Oh, there was the fact that Ghost also didn't do their job. Like they didn't ban anyone who actually needed banned. They didn't remove anyone who needed removed, and
Yeah.
they didn't stop people from randomly hiring for no reason,
And
which
Ghost
is
will
a
say
major
they've
issue. At
been like,
one point, I think we had like 100. Didn't we have like 100 devs at one point because of the amount of people we were just randomly hiring?
yeah. And I do want to say,
Like it
like,
was a
Ghost
big
will say
problem.
that they've been doing their job, but like,
Yeah,
can someone genuinely tell me a point in time where Ghost has been doing their job? Like, other than just
I don't think I
banning and
could.
timing out random people and complaining about people, that like what has Ghost done? Ghost will say they helped out with the maps, but
No.
even Seth has said that all Ghost did was like put a few props down and stuff. Like, I've done more work on the maps than Ghost has, and I'm not even on the team for like multiple
Yeah.
months or something like that. So,
You know, I think it's kind of the thing is that they claim literally no one else does their job, right? They claim the map makers don't do their job. They claim the coders don't do their job. They don't claim the animators don't do their. They claim everyone's not doing their job. The funny thing about it is, they claim that you didn't do your job as a moderator, but it mostly comes down to a point that I find really funny is that
no, I was
someone who
doing my
does
job
their
as a
work.
moderator. You remember
Yeah, you were.
Ramka and like when he did that sex offender joke
Yeah, I
thing, and
remember.
I removed him from the server because that's not allowed, like very not
Yeah, I
allowed.
was gonna
And then
say
they
is that
kept adding him back.
there's this
Back.
really funny thing where a person who does their job, right, does all their work, will be told that they're not doing anything or enough because you can't see the work since they're doing it all. It's quiet, it's efficient. By the
Yeah,
time
the
a
server.
problem's
Oh
been
my God,
removed,
the
it's
server is so
gone.
quiet. The moderators must not be doing their work.
Exactly, like
Ah,
because someone gets banned too fast and you're doing
I
too good at your
can't believe
job,
it.
people don't believe you're doing anything because they didn't get to see that person stay. But Ghost would let people stay for days saying and doing things, which means that when they're finally banned, it looks like they did something monumentous and great as a huge task,
A
despite the fact you've
great,
been doing that all week.
a
And
great
like this
example.
is just like how things are. I've seen this pattern repeated everywhere. The people that are actively doing good things get like the short end of the stick, and the people that are doing bad things, they
Yeah.
lie so well about it. Like they say it over and over that the people believe it, and then they like won't accept when other people like are showing proof that they're doing bad things.
Oh yeah, something I've encountered with some people is that someone will genuinely believe you made like one lie and then assume everything else you say after is a lie. So that no one will ever believe know how obviously honest you are being or how obviously telling the truth. They seeing you what they really believe is a lie once or twice and they suddenly assume that everything you say is a lie and then your
Yeah, I'm not
truth
dealing with this stupid ass
suddenly
LMS,
comes
bro.
up
This
a
guy just
lie.
wants his shit.
That's something I've seen with a lot of people.
Yeah. And also, we can all admit that we've done bad things, but we're like
Yeah.
actively trying to
Like I
prevent more
admit
bad
to it.
things from being done. Like,
Like one thing that they're gonna bring up, like I said, one thing they're gonna bring up is the whole server move. But I'll admit, it was very messy. I could have done it better. I could
I
have gotten the help better. Like I could have done it in a much cleaner way,
I will say, I'm
but it
pretty
was
sure there's
rushed.
only one person on the dev team that isn't a kid.
Yeah, fair.
Like,
The funny thing is,
I'm older than
everyone on the team
Ethereal
ranged
by
from
like a
12.
month.
Everyone on the team ranged from anywhere from 12 to about
12?
16. Yeah, 12
Yeah,
to 16 was about the age range we had. Majority being on the younger side, or hovering around
That has
15. I think
some
majority of people were
huge safety
15, and then
concerns.
the so yeah, majority were 15. Then a small number were about 16 to 17. Then one person was, or yeah, no, one person, Goofy, is an adult, legal adult, being 19, I think. And then like the last couple devs are like 12. The dev team was incredibly young, and the 12-year-olds were also being overworked, or at least they were trying to overwork them. But 12-year-olds
Yes,
aren't notoriously good at making stuff, so they
yes,
weren't
I've had
let's
a
also
lot of
that.
keep in
different age
mind that
ranges in
nobody on
my
the dev team
game.
gets paid.
Like,
Yeah, no one
I'm
was getting paid, and he was
working,
demanding
I'm,
work.
I'm working on a good bit of games, so I do understand how it is with hiring people. What I can say is with different age groups, you gotta separate the younger people from the adults. Obviously, you don't want them
Hmm.
communicating too much, but also you can't overwork the younger ones, especially.
Yeah.
one, child labor laws. I mean, child labor laws doesn't affect this way too much, but
Yeah, I do want to
they're
say,
there for a reason.
like, another thing with the Romka situation, when you got 12-year-olds on the dev team, you shouldn't have people joking about sex offenders.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially you probably shouldn't have in the first place. I mean,
What you
private
should
jokes
do.
through DMs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, some people have a darker humor, but publicly in the server, even in the mod server or dev server, wherever you're doing, that shouldn't happen. Also, something I need to point out: every game needs a separate server to discuss developing. I've learned this. I mean, heck, the whole drama was forsaken about their dev server getting leaked. Could have been prevented if their actual devs communicating stuff to a separate server. Actually, couldn't have. But let's say someone found a way to see every channel despite them being a regular member. That would be a problem if all your dev communication is in the same server as community one. You know what I mean?
I have all my stuff in the community server since it's easier, and I
Mm.
have too many servers in my thing.
Yeah. So do I.
Well,
But
I was thinking of something and I'm about to forget it. Shoot,
Yeah.
and I
So,
lost it.
damn it.
shit, we gotta kill you now.
Oh yeah, okay, I remembered it. We're good. All right, so recently, like in that comment I made, like I think Ghost showed it off as her quote unquote proof or whatever, because I was trying to make Ghost mad to see what Ghost would do, right? But Ghost actively admitted from that comment that Ethereal was involved in banning me without any reasons whatsoever. Like, regardless of having Ethereal's like okay to ban me, you can't just ban someone because like you want to ban them. And another thing with Forrest is that they just banned him because he left the team. Like, what?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they could have at least made an excuse, like, oh, outside behavior, like I did. Like, I guess it was an excuse in my case, but I banned Destroyer from my server because
But
the constant
hold on, before I
outside
forget,
behavior
like
and the fact that
this is another part of this. Like, same thing. Uh, so when Ghost replied to my message, let me go back to it so I don't lose everything I'm thinking of. Hold on.
You could, like, in editing, show some of the screenshots we're talking about on screen, just to further help our case. If you can.
Okay, so Ghost said that Romka said sorry and has not done it since, and we did inform Ethereal, right? Those two parts are separate. The "and did inform Ethereal" thingy is the part where she's saying that, hey, we told Ethereal that we were gonna ban you, Epic, right? But she says that Romka was okay to not be banned because Romka said sorry and hasn't done it since. And
Man, if
that
you
is
could say sorry
completely
out of
incorrect
anything.
because I could just, like, I did, in fact, back when like I gave the server up to Seth, right? I said sorry and I was just not gonna like be a part of the team and I was just gonna leave it alone,
yeah,
right? But wow, look what you do. I'm banned. And I didn't joke about sex offenders, so I don't know how like their logic works, but you're gonna ban the people that worked on your game and not ban someone that has been like in the past done really bad things. Like
Yeah, Ethereal just
it's
straight picks favorites, and if I'll be honest, Seth and Ghost, they just dick ride Ethereal.
like you
Surprisingly,
can get away
Ghost
with
doesn't
anything
dick
as
ride
long as you
as
have
much
power.
as
That's what
Seth.
I've seen, but I'm not gonna let that slide.
Yeah, yeah. Surprisingly, Ghost doesn't dick ride Ethereal as much as Seth. I mean, he'll even go out his way to say Ethereal did something bad, but it comes to a point where he barely he's morally helping Ethereal's case, even when it has no logic. But they defend him too much blatantly without proof. It's like they don't have a mind of their own.
Yeah.
They're a hive mind trust.
But yeah. So I do want to say there are two people that I'm not going to name, like specifically for this video because they don't want to be named. But I think that's specifically because they don't want to be like the first one, not in the server anymore, but I won't say who that is, but they just don't want to be involved, I'm assuming. But they've given a lot of information about this, and the other person like directly left the group thing because they don't want to be removed from the server. Like people are actively like upset and don't want to be like messed with by Ghost and Ethereal. I don't know if they would go as far as to ban them just for like agreeing with our points. But
Oh, they
if
would. They did that to
like
me.
I
Remember?
wanna say like anyone that has stuck around and watched this probably means that they care enough to the point where they're considering like everything we're saying right now. And I do want to say, like, if you are a person that is watching and you think that Ghost and Ethereal would ban you if you spoke up, you can message me like anonymously and I will like use whatever you have to say in the next video without mentioning your name.
Yeah.
Because that's just messed up. Like, people actively being silenced just because they dislike someone. As a friend, Seth is a good guy, but I don't think he should have that much power. He
Yeah.
clearly is not mature enough for that role.
I can't give much of a comment on this since I don't know Seth personally, but I will take some of your word for it.
Is there anything else we want to discuss? Or
Not at the top of my head, no.
alright.
That's
If we
pretty
have
much
any new
everything.
information, we'll make another video regarding this, but for now I'm just gonna call it here.
Alright.
Like I
1 second.
said before,
We're back.
yeah, I'm just gonna like right here show my Discord on the screen for anyone that wants to reach out to me. That'll be all for now, and I'm gonna make a short version of this where you can just kind of go to the video from here, because this is definitely not gonna fit in a YouTube Shorts. So.